wouldn't know how to use it, and I'm just being excited by pretty videos on Instagram. Okay, I only have 15 minutes to film this, so if the video is longer than 15 minutes, I messed up. Hi, I'm Junie, and you don't want any of these, you just saw them on Pinterest. I saw this screenshot of a tweet on a Tumblr post recently that was like, you don't want anything from Target, you just want to look at things. And I feel like that because I really enjoy making these videos because I just get to play with the PNGs of these items, but I don't actually have to spend the money on them or then store them because I already have like way too much stuff and don't need anything else. So let's look at some items together, enjoy them. Some of them are packaged so well. I'm looking at you, Glossier. You've tricked me before. Not tricked. We get to look at them, but we get to say thank you for being pretty, and then we get to move on with our lives and we don't have to spend money on them. This isn't a statement on the quality of any of these items because I don't know, because I haven't bought them. It's just when I notice myself feeling an impulse to buy something because I saw it on social media, whether I saw it in an Instagram reel or on Pinterest or in a YouTube video, I saw it and I had the impulse to check it out and to buy it, but then I was able to stop myself and consider if I actually needed that or if I was just feeling the influencer marketing working. So the first item on my list is blind boxes. Now, I am no stranger to a blind box. I lived in Japan for a little bit and they're everywhere there. Like gachapon and anything where you don't know what you're getting exactly, huge. So I've definitely done that, but I think I've left those behaviors behind me and I've moved on from that because unless you like all of the options, absolutely do not buy one of these. If you only want one of them, don't bother. Look for it on eBay. I know you won't get the joy of like the gambler's high of getting out of a random box, but if you honestly only like one, just get the one that you like. But if you do like all of them, I think it's okay if you buy one, or if you see some kind of blind box or surprise thing, and I don't know, sometimes I got them to like memorialize like an event or like a day or something, so I think that's fine. But oh my god, we do not need to be buying multiple of these to just try to get one of them or starting collections of these if we don't think they're that cute. Like the ones that I've been seeing recently are the loooves, and I do think they're cute because bag charms are so in right now. I think it like honestly has something to do with like the lipstick theory of like no one can afford a new bag right now, but they can afford a bag charm for their bag. I think they're cute, but I really don't need another keychain or anything, and I don't need that specific one. They're definitely cute, but it's a whole collecting community thing, which I saw a video on recently. I know I'm just referencing a bunch of other things. I'll put in the description, but there are communities that are just based around like buying things and owning things, and that can give you the joy of interacting with people over a shared interest, but also in order to stay in that community and to continue creating content for that community, you have to be buying things constantly. And I feel like that's what a lot of these blind box communities are based on. It's just buying a lot of stuff, and I'm not into that right now at this point in my life. So very cute, but I don't know, I can't do that right now. So the next thing is Glossier Fleur, and I am a big Glossier fan. I have way too many of their products and I love their packaging, and I know that part of my love for this brand comes from their packaging and comes from their aesthetic. So I have to be even more critical of when I feel the urge to buy something from them, because I need to evaluate whether it's a real thing that I need or if it's something that I want because it looks super pretty. And there's nothing wrong with looking pretty, but I don't need to fill my house with pretty packaging and spend money on pretty packaging because I'm gonna throw it out. So Glossier Fleur is the newest version of their Glossier You perfume, and I know that they also had the Glossier Rev and Do recently, and I was definitely interested in all of them, but I know it's something where I don't live close to a Glossier store, and I don't like even my Sephora is a mess. My local Sephora, I hate going there. So it's really not worth it for me to go all the way out there and get over the initial barrier of like going to the store. So I'm more primed to go home with something because I've already made the long trek out there just to try a sample of a perfume that I may or may not like. So I had to pump the brakes on that one and really not consider buying it, because like I could love their perfume, I could hate the perfume, but I'm not in the market for a perfume and I'm not shopping for perfume, so I'm not going to go out of my way to try to sniff it. But I also saw that Glossier had a Paris pop-up, which I thought was really funny because I went to Paris once, and this is not a brag or anything. I was looking for a Glossier store because I wanted to get a refill of their After Balm moisturizer, which is a product I actually really love from them, but they didn't have any stores in Paris, and I thought it was maybe because they use such a French aesthetic and they use like a fake French word in Glossier in their products, and that like maybe it seemed too kitsch for Paris, but I guess they're having pop-ups now, so I don't know if there's a store there now. I don't know, I just took note of it. And also, while we're on the topic of Glossier, I've been on Reddit a little bit. I know, yikes, because there's a r/grad admissions forum that I really like, but that's kind of a collection community. And my next item that I'm not looking into is Glossier from TJ Maxx, because this is kind of the blind box thing again. This is kind of the thrifting thing, the joy of finding like a hidden treasure. And Glossier at TJ Maxx is perfectly fine. It's the same quality as Glossier from the website or from the store, but if I'm thinking about going to TJ Maxx just to look for Glossier products when I don't even need another Glossier product, that's an instance of me being compelled to buy something because of a factor not relating to the actual quality of the product. So there's a kind of a community on Reddit that the Glossier, like r/Glossier, and a lot of people will go to TJ Maxx and post their hauls, and it looks super fun to find a product at a discount price at TJ Maxx, but I don't need any more of their products, so I'm not going to go to TJ Maxx to look for them. And I'm telling myself that. I do not need to go to TJ Maxx to find Glossier products. I don't need any. Oh, also, one more thing about Glossier is that in addition to what I was saying with the bag charms, Glossier has done this thing, and I think it's really smart from a marketing perspective, where they have introduced at their pop-ups, you can get your balm.com hole punch to get a little balm charm put into it, and that basically makes the lip balm into an accessory itself. And I think that's such a smart move, and it's similar to what Rhode Beauty did with their lip gloss phone case holders. And it's so smart to turn your product into an accessory where people want to show them off on social media and include them as a part of like their OOTD, and they are idolizing like the item beyond the fact that it's a, it's a disposable product. That's what I mean. So I think that's really smart, and that's definitely a tactic and a marketing strategy that they're using, and I just need to remind myself that I don't need any of that stuff. And while it's very cute to look at on social media, it's not something that I am in the market for right now. Next up is Depop coats and tops. There's a lot of coats on sale on Depop right now, and they're winter coats because it's not winter anymore, obviously, so they're going on sale. And I just need to remind myself that I would be buying a coat for me in 6 months and storing that coat for 6 months when I'm not wearing it, rather than a coat for me right now. And this is just like, I need to get this in my head. I can't buy for a future version of myself, or an imaginary version of myself, or a fantasy version of myself. I have to buy for what I need right now, because then I'm just sending money into the ether. And basically, I just don't need another coat. I already have my go-to coats, and I don't need to be compelled by a sale to buy another coat, because I don't need one. And same with tops, is that I just really don't need any, and Depop is so pretty and aesthetic that you get sucked into it and you think, oh, that would be so cute, or I could change my style to look more like them, or I could incorporate this into my style even though it doesn't really fit. And I think that there are periods of time where you can really go in on experimenting with fashion and stuff like that. But if you're trying to save money, and if you know you're not at a place where you're spending a lot of time and energy on revamping your wardrobe, you're just going to buy something that's going to sit in your closet and honestly make you feel worse, because you're like, gosh, I wish I could be that cool, creative, exciting person, but I'm not. And you just get wrapped up in this whole like, I'm not doing that, I'm not whatever. So yeah. Oh, also this Miffy shirt, this is me getting caught by cute characters. I work at a bookstore, and one of the things that like we do as a store is we put recognizable characters at the front of the store, or like recognizable IP, because when people are coming in for the first time, they recognize something that they know and they're familiar with and they have good positive feelings of, and they recognize it immediately on walking in, and they're like, oh my gosh, I recognize that. So they get joy of recognizing something, and that already instills in them a positive feeling for the store. That's just like a marketing branding thing. That's what a lot of stores do. But I am getting tricked. Not tricked, but I don't need a Miffy shirt because it's the same as just like this black shirt that I'm wearing in functionality. And if I'm not going to buy the black shirt, I'm not going to buy the Miffy shirt. Okay. Trendier sneakers. So I needed to buy some new sneakers recently. My old ones were like falling apart and gross and like 6 years old, and so I needed to buy some new sneakers, and I was tempted to get something that was a little bit more trendy. But the thing is, sneakers especially have joined this micro trend cycle where they are in and out so quickly, where even like the Onitsuka Tigers and the Sambas that were popular like a year or 2 years ago are out, and I can't buy into that micro trend. Like, I just cannot afford to be buying sneakers with the trend, so I need to get something that's a little bit more basic, but that's going to serve me for a longer period of time. So I ended up just getting like some white Reeboks, and I really like Reeboks. They're very comfy, and they're not the trendiest sneaker, but I don't need the trendiest sneaker. And a lot of those Fila Destroyers I was seeing on Depop, they're going for like $15 because even while people have worn them for years, they're not something that has remained relevant and like cool for all that time. So a lot of people are trying to get rid of them for a lot less than they paid for, and I don't want to be stuck with a pair of shoes that I bought on a trend and don't like anymore. Oh, okay. Air One Strawberry? No. Just no. I'm including this kind of as a joke because I don't live anywhere close to California. The nearest Air One would probably be 2 plane rides away, but I just wanted to put it in because like, you don't need a strawberry, and I must admit that I was intrigued by this as well. I was like, what could a $19 strawberry taste like? And you know what? It probably tastes like a bad choice. You can bite down on 19 singular dollars and will probably have a better experience than eating that strawberry, because at least you will have learned something from it. The $19 strawberry, nobody needs. It tastes like a strawberry. You don't want a $19 strawberry. You're just interested in the fact that there is a $19 strawberry and you want to try it. But you don't actually want to spend that much on a strawberry. Like, you don't even like strawberries that much. Yeah, I saw the videos and I was momentarily interested, but like, no. And the last thing, absolutely do not need this. The Dyson hair wrap thing. The Dyson air wrap thingy, you do not need it, and I don't need it. I especially don't need it because I'm the first to admit that I don't know what to do with my hair. I am not spending a lot of time learning what to do with my hair. It's just not a part of my whole thing. Like, I get frustrated with my hair, but I really don't put in the effort or time to learn how to do it any differently, and that's okay right now for where I am in life. But I know it's probably more of a technique thing than like me not having the right products. Like, I don't need a $600 hair thing, but I just don't need that because even if I had it, I would not know what to do with it. This is absolutely a technique problem, not a tool problem. And if I want to get serious about changing my hair, that's something that I'm going to invest time and energy into researching and not be influenced by the countless videos I see of people doing the Dyson hair air wrap stuff. That's not going to make the palpable difference that I need or want for my hair because I wouldn't know how to use it, and I'm just being excited by pretty videos on Instagram. So yeah, okay. I think we are done. I have enough stuff already. I don't need new stuff, and I don't have the money to spend on new stuff. Like, I absolutely don't. So I hope this was helpful at all. We can all look at the pretty things and say, oh my gosh, wow, that's so pretty. But at the end of the day, we close the shopping tab. We do not click checkout. We can put things in our cart, but we do not buy them because we don't need them. Yeah, okay, that's a good summary, right? Thank you so much for watching. My name is Junie, and if you want to hang out more, you can hang out more, I guess, man. Click subscribe. Come on. That's it. Bye.